The wind and the sea obeys him. Donald Trump, your daddy. NATO's calling him daddy. Tonight's stream is going to be one you're going to want to bookmark. You're going to listen because I'm going to make a lot of predictions here that are going to come true. So bookmark this one. Keep it in the files. There's a lot to discuss. I'm going to explain to you why that guy winning in New York was a bad thing for the Democrats. And it's a no-win situation for the Democrats. No-win situation. No matter what happens, if he wins, they lose. If he loses, well, they lose. I mean, they can't win. What manner of man is this? The wind and the sea obeys him. That's what Jesse Lee be saying every day. Ah, well, as we saw today in the Discord, after 2 weeks of running that fucking mouth and in the end looking dumb as fuck and me being right about everything, we still saw the same tired behavior from guys like Ian Malcolm, who Ian Malcolm is I won't say he's an idiot. I won't say he's a retard, but he is just intelligent enough not to know he's dumb. Right? He's in that area of intelligence where he thinks he's really smart, but he doesn't realize how dumb he is. I feel like the more intelligent you are, the more you realize I'm dumb. I don't know anything, and that causes you to look into things more, to question your own beliefs, to really question things. But there's a level that some of these guys are at, and I don't know the exact IQ points. I mean, I don't know. I know what mine around where mine is. I've had some tests. I had a test as a kid. I took a test as an adult, but that's where he is. And I'm just smart enough to know I don't know nothing. And that causes me to investigate. I want to learn things and question my own beliefs, question what I think is true. This is why I'm usually right about things, because I give a lot of thought to it and I do the research. And I know, and I'm open to being wrong. I'm open to it. So I will listen to you and I'll hear you out. But of course, over the years, as Democrats have lost more and more, I've noticed that less and less Democrats want to debate me. I don't blame them. I've destroyed so many of them that I don't blame you for not doing that to yourself at this point. But you're nothing like me. I mean, you've debated me several times. I mean, some of these guys, and they have been wrong consistently. And if you go back and you listen to those debates, you'll see that I was very right, and everything I said in those debates ended up coming true. If they would just, be a little bit more like me and hear me out and investigate the things I say. But see, you got to understand, these people don't really care what I say. They don't really listen. They they get emotional and they just start wanting to prove me wrong. They can't. They need to humble themselves. I mean, I know I'm arrogant, but I have a right to be. I have a right to be arrogant. And I'm not arrogant when I'm wrong. The problem with you people is when you're wrong, you're arrogant about it. You're wrong and wrong and wrong over and over and over endlessly. It seems like it never ends. But every time you come to lecture, every time you want to lecture everybody else, and you're lecturing people that are usually right. And so that's your problem right there. Nobody wants to be lectured by a guy that's always wrong all the time. because we remember the past lectures. We remember them. We say, God, this guy's always lecturing, and motherfucker ain't never been right about nothing. And that's Ian Malcolm. That's Ian Malcolm. And Junie's even worse than Ian Malcolm. Ian Malcolm is one of these goofs who thinks that if liberals become more progressive, aka more woke, that's how they win. That's how they lose, Ian. Of course, I could be wrong, and this New York mayor race is going to tell us a lot about progressives because this guy is ultra progressive. He's ultra woke. So if he wins, then I would say that I don't think a progressive can win nationwide, but I think the Democratic Party will start to lean more in that socialist direction, that communist direction, progressive direction. It's all the same, communism, progressive. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but that's what it is. I'm not fucking stupid. Go argue with some other fucking retard about it. But to me, communism, progressive, woke, it's all the same. Marxist, it's all the same, just different word for the same damn thing. But if he wins, then well, if he wins, you may think that, oh, this is great, progressives, da, da, da. But what's going to happen if he wins is he's going to destroy New York City with his ideas. And much like Biden has set the Democratic Party back, much like that election fucked you guys, this election will fuck you as well. So if I was a Democrat, I'd be hoping he don't win, because it's not good. Now I know you think his ideas are going to work, and they're really good, and maybe they will. Maybe they will. But if they don't, and I believe they won't, you're in for a world of hurt because people are going to see that, wow, socialism really doesn't work. Like, this shit really doesn't work. This progressive horse shit is just stupid, and we got to get away from it. I don't think he's going to win. I think Eric Adams is going to win. I just don't think the guy's a lunatic. I mean, the guy is insane, but it's New York City, so we really don't know. Like, we're going to find out. We're going to find out is how popular these progressive, stupid, woke ideas really are in a very liberal area. I know he won the primary, but that doesn't mean he can win the election itself. But we'll see. We'll see. But the beauty of it is that no matter what happens, whether he wins or loses, you lose. That's the beauty of it. I actually hope he wins. Quite frankly, I'm actually rooting for him because, number one, I'd like to see, and I keep hearing about how we haven't tried real socialism, blah, 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 blah. So I'd like to see it play out, and get a definitive answer, get, proof, get that solid proof. Like, here it is. Here's how it went. And it's great for Republicans going forward. Now, maybe he wins and it all works. And then I have to change my whole, I have to start, rethinking. Well, maybe some of these ideas can work. I don't know. But, it's like this government owned grocery stores. That's not going to work, bro. That's not going to work, bro. He was like, we got to stop price gouging. Brother, they're not price gouging, bro. The grocery store's not price gouging you, bro. I argued with this guy on Twitter a couple months ago about this. I work in a grocery store. I've worked in many of them for years. I've been a manager. Let me tell you something right now. They're not trying to price gouge you at the grocery store. They want the products to be as cheap as possible because that gets you to come and buy them. There's multiple grocery stores and they compete with each other, and they have sales and they have low prices, and it's cheaper here, it's cheaper there. They're not trying to gouge the shit out of you. Some stores cost more than others because um, it's to keep certain people out. Because some people want to go to grocery stores that may cost a little bit more, but the riff draft ain't in there fucking around. You understand? So, but I've never worked in a grocery store where they're trying to gouge. But that's not a thing that's happening. Um, the the higher the prices, the less customers. Okay, so I know Stop thinking about the world like a child, bro. Stop thinking it. It's just such a childish thing. Like, oh, they're evil corporations, price gouging us. Nah, man. Because if they gouge you and raise their prices up real high, another store is just going to say, "Well, we look at our prices; they're normal." And you're going to go to the one that ain't gouging, right? It doesn't work when you got Walmart, Kroger, um, Aldi's, fucking Publix, Priceless. There's all kinds of stores. Then there's a bunch of grocery chains that ain't they're not in my state, but there's a ton. Myers and Sam's Club and Costco, and there's just so many grocery stores. It's a very competitive market, okay? It's very competitive. And a price gouging grocery store cannot compete. They can't compete with Walmart. They can't compete with these stores, bro. You guys are dumb. Like the way you think about life is just so fucking stupid. I just I don't know where it comes from. I don't know why you would think these stupid ass things. You have no sense. I remember I'd argued with that guy and I was telling him this and he had no rebuttal to it. No one had ever explained it to him like that. No one had ever just broke his bullshit down to him. I'm really good at listening to someone and then analyzing their bullshit and breaking it down to them. This is why I'm divorced. If you want to know why I'm divorced, that's exactly what it is. Because I used to, I just have to, I've got to explain to you why you're wrong. You're wrong. And people don't want to be wrong and they don't. And some people just can't admit they're wrong. They can't just go, fuck, I'm wrong. They want to fuck it. They just get mad. And if you don't roll over and kiss their fucking ass and tell them they're right about everything, it's the end of the world. As I've gotten older, I've realized, especially in relationships, sometimes you just gotta let them feel they're right. Let them win. If it ain't that big of a deal, who cares? Because you're just fucking up your own life. People are wrong all the time. They're just wrong, and every battle ain't worth fighting. It really ain't. I mean, if you know that, you see some of these right wing people that have been doing shows for like a long time, and you'll see them, some liberal. Sometimes they'll try to debate somebody, and you'll see they don't even bother. They just go, oh, I can't, because they've been doing this so long that it's like they realize there's no reason to even talk to the fucking guy. The guy is just a goof. He's not going to agree to anything. He's not going to find common ground. He's not going to admit he's wrong. He's going to gaslight and lie the whole time. It's not really worth your time. And the more you debate these people, the more you realize the only value that you can get from it is content. And I think at a certain point, you just get even bored with that. Even it's not even worth the content. You just want to stop wasting your time talking to these fucking idiots because they're not going to change. Now, other people can watch it and they can see, like, this guy's a fucking dork. He's proven wrong constantly and he won't admit it. Everyone's watching, you see. See, I'm aware of that. You're not. A lot of you are. See, nobody's watching you though. See, I'm a lot different than you. I keep having to listen to people tell me I lie all the time. I don't admit I'm wrong. Got news for you. I can't get away with that. So I don't know what you're talking about. But if I'm wrong about something, everyone's going to tell me. I got news for you. What planet do you live on that you think I'm gonna say some shit, be wrong about it, and I ain't gonna hear about it? It's stupid. If you're wrong, the only motherfucker that's gonna come bother you about it is me. Because nobody even looking at you, bro. Nobody cares. You motherfuckers are irrelevant. Face it. No, I hear about it. When I'm wrong about something, people come tell me. People got something to say. They ain't got nothing to say when I'm right. But when I'm wrong, oh God. Doesn't happen a lot though. If you notice, that's why when people like argue with me, that there's like, you voted for a convicted felon, like they say stupid shit because there's really nothing you can really hit me on. They got nothing on me. You know, my track record. I've been predicting this shit for 8 fucking years. My accuracy is easily in the 90%, I'd say. And people are still arguing with me. You were wrong on the vaccine. You were wrong on COVID. You were wrong on the virus labs. We'll go all the way back to 2014. You were wrong on the virus labs. You were wrong on Trump winning the first election and 2024. I was wrong about 2020. I was, and then, I started thinking about it. People say I was wrong about the primary, but I was thinking about it today. I actually wasn't wrong about the primary. I never said DeSantis was going to win. I never said that. I said I'd like him to win. I never said he was going to win. I told you from day one, I said Trump's going to end up winning. It's a long shot. It would be like for DeSantis to win just one primary would be like, wow, it would be shocking. It would be really shocking. It's not going to happen. But that doesn't mean I can't, support what candidate I want to support in the primary. So I wasn't even wrong about that. I was wrong that DeSantis would have been a good president at this point. I don't think he's certainly not better than Trump. Certainly not better than Trump. Maybe he could be a good president, but I wouldn't pick him over Trump. Not the Trump we got right now. They're not calling DeSantis daddy. That's for damn sure. That ain't happening. They're not calling him king. The liberals calling Trump a king. You believe it? The liberals think he's a king. I don't think he's a king. But the liberals think he's our fucking king. Ain't that wild? They get mad at Jesse when he says that on the show. Like when they call in, he goes, why were you all calling him king?" And they get so mad, and they're like, "Oh, he's trolling," but he's actually not trolling. If you really think about it, think about it. Who is calling Donald Trump king right now? Not us. We ain't calling him king. The liberals are saying he's trying to be a king. They're saying he's acting like a king. That's what they're saying. We ain't saying that. We know the truth that these courts are fucking with him and there's a lot going on. And that's why when they say he's not deporting illegals fast enough, and when I see MAGA people saying that, so-called MAGA, soft MAGA, we're calling them soft MAGA. When I see that, I realize like it's just you all know the courts are fucking with Trump and trying to stop that. Like, why are you pretending otherwise? It's just weird to me. That's weird to me. I don't understand it. Aren't you a Trump supporter? Don't you? So why are you pushing these lies? Why are you acting like Donald Trump is not trying to get these illegals the fuck out of here? Why are you acting like that? When clearly he is, and you got these court cases, all these fucking judges and this shit all the time. You hear these fucking things in the news every couple of days, some judge popping up. You're right behind me. I don't see nobody behind me. I wish you were though. You could hold me close, Darren. Imagine if I turned around and you were there, and then I just leaned back and said, "Hold me, Darren." How quickly would you get the fuck out of here if I leaned back and said, "Oh, hold me, Darren"? Would you say I could get the fuck out of here, or would you hold me close under the moonlight? What if we went outside and held each other under the moonlight? I couldn't believe that guy called Trump. He's like, "Daddy has to use strong language. Sometimes Daddy got to use strong language." He wasn't calling Trump daddy though. That's the thing about it. He was just saying something like sometimes, dad's got to use strong language. Like he was comparing Israel and Iran to children. And he was making an analogy like, yeah, sometimes daddy got to use strong language. Well, he wasn't actually calling Trump daddy. But it was funny when they asked Trump about it. He was like, he ain't called me daddy. They like me. He likes me. What the But I've been telling you, it's Daddy Trump. That's Daddy Trump, not my daddy. The liberals' daddy, NATO's daddy. My daddy did. He did. But that's their daddy, the world's daddy. See, Junie should be calling him daddy because he's Junie's daddy. That's just my president, not my daddy. I don't call him daddy, but he is your daddy. You understand? He's your daddy. Maybe not your daddy. If you're a mindfuck liberal at TDS, guess what? He is your daddy. You should call him daddy because he's your daddy. It's just like we don't call him king. We don't call him daddy either, but you do. That's your daddy. And you get mad at daddy and you go out in the street and yell, throw a tantrum, daddy gets you all upset. And then Netanyahu, remember that? I mean, it is so clear to me that Israel doesn't own Trump now. Like, I've never been more convinced that that's all bullshit than right now. I'm telling you, don't waste. Let me give you a piece of advice. Don't waste the next 4 years. Embrace Donald Trump and just enjoy the next 4 years. And just trust Trump. And when people start bitching, they say, hey, you vote for this. Just go, fuck yeah, I voted for it. It's going to be fine because it is going to be fine, right? I don't care if the sky's on fire. I don't give a fuck what's happening. I promise you it's going to be fine. Give it a couple of days. It'll be fine. It's all bullshit. Trump's doing fine. The eggs went down another 20 cents today at 2.79 now. 1,000, over 1,000 items in the store have been reduced. There's a big, they put a big fucking sign on the front of the building that says over 1,000 items have been reduced, lower prices. Because guess what? Guess what, brother? Prices are going down. They actually are going down. Well, they're only going down like 10, 20 cents. This is what cracks me up when people say that to me. And I hear people saying that. When Biden was president and the price went up 20 cents, I remember I did a whole rant about this where I said, this is funny to me because we've come, I mean, it's crazy how we've come full circle on this, where when Biden was president, I would talk to liberals and they would say, it only went up like 10, 20 cents. And I did this whole rant where I said, but if it goes up 10, 20 cents on every fucking item you buy, I'm going to feel that. You're acting like it's just 10 cents or it's just 20 cents. No, it's 10 cents here, 10 cents there, 20 cents here, 50 cents here, 20 here, 10 here, 5 here, 25 here. It's all everything. And it goes in, you could say it all day, endless, everything you buy, everything you fucking buy. Every food item you buy. So the overall price of the grocery order has now went up $100, $150. I mean, the people was posting their receipts going, what the fuck? Remember that guy posted his receipt from 2024 and then he showed his receipt from like fucking 4 years ago and it was the same items, same order. He had spent like 200 fucking more dollars on the same fucking shit 4 years later. And everybody agreed when I said that, except dumb fuck liberals. Dumb fuck liberals tell me, oh, it's no big deal. It's just 10, 20 cents. But you all agreed with me when I said that. Now, fast forward to right now. Fast forward to this moment right now where I say, well, a lot of the items have went down 10, 20 cents. Some things even went down a whole fucking dollar. Because I work there and I know what the things in my department cost. Because I work there every day of my life and see these prices. So I notice when they go down. I go, oh, look, the price of that cheese went down. I notice these things. It's not hard to notice. And now people say, well, it's not significant enough. Well, it was significant when it went up 20 cents, but when it goes down 20 cents, it's not significant. How's that work? How does that make any sense? So Biden caused it to go up 20 cents and you was pissed at Biden. Trump gets it to go down 20 cents and you're not happy with Trump. It's not enough. I mean, what do you expect? It's only been like 6 months. Are you people okay? Like, you people are weird. You're like, a magic wand should have been waved. Every item in the store should cost a quarter now. Like, what did you want? What were you expecting? Why are you acting like it's 2027 or it's 2028? You're in the last year of Trump and nothing, it only went down 20 cents. Like, you guys are really pathetic the way you're acting. You're acting like just like them, crying. This year has been absolutely hilarious so far. It will only get more funny. But everything you guys think about this, I want you to think about this. Everything you've complained about all fucking year long, right now at this very moment at 10:27 on June 25th, none of them mean anything. You realize that? None of them matter. None of that shit you said happened, and everything you said wasn't going to happen is either happened or is happening in the process of happening. You're losing badly. All that mouth running that you didn't work out very well. Now, if you remember at the time you were doing it, I got on here and I said, you're going to look real dumb in a couple of months. And you don't even know how dumb you're going to look this time next year. And I say that all the time. Next summer, you're going to really look dumb. You think you're getting slapped around now, wait till 2026. Because that's a full year of Donald Trump. He's had a full year in there. And if he gets his way and he gets these bills passed and the things he wants, you're done. I mean, you're done. You're talking about winning the midterms. You don't even know what you're in for next year. Because you're not going to be going against a guy that's failing. You're not. I know you want to cope and say that's, Trump's fail. This is why coping and lying to yourself is so bad, especially in politics. Do you want to win or not? Well, if you want to win, you've got to be honest with yourself. You can't lie to yourself. How are you going to win when you people can't even be honest with yourself about what needs to be done to secure the victory? And I've already gave you the blueprint. Calm down. Stop bitching about Trump. Stop focusing on Trump. And focus on fixing your party. Because your party right now is just TDS, anti-Trump, woke, crazy people. That's the way people look at you. Like you're just a bunch of weirdos. And you're obsessed with Trump. And so when you oppose anything Trump does, we just say, oh, of course you do. You oppose everything. If he cured cancer, you'd oppose it. So, I mean, that's your party. And you need to spend the next 4 years changing that, where people don't see you as just some anti-Trump party, where they see you as like you're a legitimate party. You've got some ideas. You've got a plan. You have no plan. It's just go against Trump. It's just resist Trump. It's not going to work. I know you think it's going to work, and I don't care what poll you read, and I don't give a fuck what article you read. It's not going to work. You're going to lose again if you do that. Now, you can argue with me. Go ahead. Tell me I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then when you lose again, maybe you'll realize I know what I'm talking about. because one day you'll realize I'm a normal guy. And if I sound like this, you've got a real problem. Maybe one day you'll figure that out. I'm not an extremist. I'm not some crazy person. I I wasn't a Republican. You've got a real problem when guys like me are Republican now. I used to argue with Republicans. Do you realize that? Or do you want to keep coping with it that that's not true, even though you can find videos of it? I mean, and I'm the average man. This is how the average man thinks. You're not the average man. You think it's not normal for a man to want men put dresses on and go in the women's bathroom or play in women's sport. That's not normal. Men ain't into all that. So you're not the average man. That's why you're not the majority anymore. You realize among men, you're not the majority. You're among the women now. You're among the most craziest women. You think just like the most craziest women among us. The worst women. Ain't that crazy? You might as well be a woman. And they're like, I have morals. You don't have no morals. Junie told me I got morals. You don't got no morals, Junie. The only thing you care about is power. That's it. You want power. You want to win at all costs. You'll lie. You'll cheat. Junie's like, everybody knows illegals can't vote. I didn't say and see, they love to try to twist your words when you say, because I told him, I go, the only reason you're mad about these illegals getting deported is because there goes a bunch of your fucking votes for your party. That's all you fucking care about. You ain't fooling me. Why can't we just cut the shit and have a real conversation? The mask has already been taken off too many times. Why? Stop trying to put it back on. These people take their mask off, right? They get emotional as fuck. This happens all the time. They get emotional as fuck. The mask comes off. You see the real person. You see the real them. What they really believe, how they really feel about you, how they really feel about all this shit. And then they try to put it back on. You didn't see that, but we saw it. We saw that. So after we've seen it, just you might as well just take it off. Keep it off. Say what you want about this guy running in New York City, but he's standing by the bullshit he believes. He's all in. He's not lying to people. He's telling them, I'm going to be a fucking socialist. I'm coming in here and making a grocery store, government grocery store. I'm doing all this shit. I'm going to start arresting people for making tweets about black people and Jews and shit. I'm going off, son. I'm tackling Islamophobia. I'm defunding the police. Fuck them. We're going to have health. What do they call them? What do they call them? Social worker. You got a social worker out there. There's some lunatic with a gun. I'm gonna make the fucking subway free or whatever the fuck he's gonna do. Isn't it crazy? These liberal cities, they tax the fuck out of them, and then they tax the fuck out of them like that. It's just taxes everywhere. They go buy food, sales tax. They got to pay tax out of their check. They've got to, property tax. They got probably tax on their goddamn rent, probably. They got taxes when they go take a subway. They got to pay a little toll thing, and that's some taxes. And it's just taxes, 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 taxes. And it's an absolute fucking dump. Rats everywhere, fucking piss and shit all over the fucking subway, garbage every fucking where, trash and shit. Like, what are you people paying for, bro? Like it'd be one thing to pay taxes, you paying all that, and you living in like a nice area. Yeah, everything's nice. Like y'all, it's nice. The roads are nice. It's just nice shit. There's benches. You take a walk. You got sidewalks everywhere. You got benches to sit down on. There's just nice shit everywhere. Community shit, and it's nice. It's taken care. It's not all got graffiti on it and shit. But when you pay all your goddamn taxes and it got graffiti on it and all this bullshit, I mean, what the fuck? It's fucking dumb. And then you find out your taxes went to give an illegal alien a place to live or something. Like, what the hell? What the? I don't watch Tucker Carlson, so I don't have no thoughts on it. Tucker Carlson was wrong about that Iran shit, but we can't all be right. They just don't. You just have to understand something. It just come down to they didn't trust Donald Trump, and I know people say that's not a big deal or whatever, and it's really not. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to have full trust in some politician or whatever. But the point you're missing is these people, you know, maybe not Tucker. I mean, I don't know. I don't really watch him, but some of these people, like their whole brand is they're with Trump, ride or die with Trump. They stand with Trump. He's the best president. He's a genius. He knows all, and he's going to get it done. And trust him. And then when there was a moment to trust him, they treated him like he was W. Bush, which to me was crazy. Like, when has Trump ever acted like George Bush? That was absurd to me. I just think a lot of you guys you should just own up. A lot of you should just say, yeah, we should have more faith in the president the guy we voted for. And the guy that you're going on your radio show like every day, fucking telling people to support him. You told people to vote for him, right? Like you're putting yourself out there defending this guy, vouching for this guy, and then people see you and you have like no faith in him. He does something and you have no faith. And you start making all these crazy ass predictions about troops on the ground. We're getting drafted, we're going to war. He's Netanyahu's puppet. He's sucking Netanyahu's dick. It's not a good look to the audience that you are playing to. That I mean, do what you want, but I mean, it's your career, brother. It's your career. And I'm just saying, and I don't think anybody can disagree with this. Maybe next time exercise a little bit of caution. Maybe give it some time, let it play out, see what happens before you just start losing your fucking mind. Because a lot of you are an emotional wreck and you really did embarrass yourself. And you just got to hold that L. You really embarrass yourself. And the reason you embarrass yourself it's very simple. You didn't trust Trump. You just didn't trust him. And once again, he proved you wrong. You had no faith. I'm telling you, when you don't trust Trump, when you got no faith in him, he usually wins. He usually ends up making you look stupid. So do what you want. Do what you want. I'm just trying to help you not waste your time. Because you could have spent the last week just relaxing, not worried about it, trusting Trump. I mean, I was going to work, living my life. I knew Trump had it under control. I knew he wasn't going to escalate us into some crazy war with Iran. That's just not something Trump's into. I know Trump. I've been watching this motherfucker for 8 years. Trust me. We're in good hands. Oh, you took a massive L, Oswald. You were a nervous wreck. You were saying insane shit, and you were wrong. But you had no faith in Donald Trump. You're you're a panicking. You're soft MAGA. You're MAGA as long as everything's going well. But when Trump needs you most, you leave him in the trenches alone. But that's okay because I'm in there. Many of us are staying there with him. You jumped into the arms of the liberals. You were like, oh, maybe the liberals had a point. Oh, goodness. Hopefully you learned from it. That's all you can really do is just learn from it. Next time the liberal media is trying to make you panic, just remember this moment with Iran and say, everything's going to be fine. You had no faith in Trump. There was nothing to criticize. Trump did what needed to be done. You're welcome. And Trump did what needed to be done and he took the heat for it. And now it's over. You're welcome. Say thank you, Daddy Trump, like the guy at NATO did. What manner of man is this? The wind and the sea obeys him. Thoughts on the wind and the sea obeying Donald Trump? We're in good hands. We're in good hands with Trump. Thank God for Donald Trump. How right was I? That Iran shit's fading away. If you see it, it's fading away. People thought I was crazy when I was saying we won't even be talking about this next month. This will be all a distant memory. We'll be on to the next thing. Oh, it's World War III. It's World War III. George W. Bush, Trump sold us out. Israeli puppet. Nah, it'll be fine. This war won't last long. And I don't even think it's really a war. It's certainly not with America. I mean, Israel and them are fighting, but yeah, we just dropped a couple of missiles. No big deal. What's Iran going to do? Did you see what Trump said about Iran? God, I wish I had a way to pull the tweet up where he was talking about Iran. Dude, he punked Iran. I said that on the stream too while all this was going on. I said he's just going to punk Iran and they're going to roll over, and that's that. It's exactly what happened. He was find that quote. Find the quote that I think he made it today at the NATO thing. There's a quote from Donald Trump where he's talking about Iran, calling him up and telling him that they're going to bomb at like 9 o'clock or something and to have the troops out. And he's like, okay, thank you. Good God, man. I love it. And there's a great meme going around where it's got Dick Cheney's face and it says, um, Iraq has WMDs. I need fucking, $10 billion or $20 billion, boots on the ground, blah, blah, blah. I need all this shit. I need, war, 20-year war and all this shit. And then under that is Donald Trump. And he's like, give me 45 minutes in Iranian airspace with 20 soldiers and 2 B-2s. Like Trump punked not only Iran, but he punked all of you too. All of you doubters and panicants got fucking wrecked. And my suggestion, don't be stubborn about this. Like liberals, just own it. Just own it and say, man, God, I made a fool of yourself, my fool of myself, and just laugh about it. Because if you keep being stubborn about this, people are never gonna let it go. Because you all look like fucking dorks, man. Trust me, you look like dorks. And the funniest part of it is at the time you were doing it, I knew you was look like dork. Like I got to really enjoy this because I knew how it was going to end. I knew we were going to get right where we are now. When you stand with Donald Trump and you trust Donald Trump, you get to just sit back and enjoy the show. But when you're panicking all the time, having a nervous fucking breakdown. That's no fun. You're ranting and raving at Trump. You're screaming at Trump. You think you know better than Trump when you don't. You don't know shit. It's a mess. Try it out for a week. Try it out for the month of July. July is White History Month, and it's a great month to just don't be a panic in that month, no matter what happens. Just stand with Trump no matter what. And I bet you'll have a great July. You'll be at peace. You'll have the best. You'll realize like, damn, you've wasted the first 6 months of his term. Don't waste these 4 years. Don't spend the next 4 years being a liberal and crying about everything Trump does and pretending that Trump is so bad and he's fucking everything up and eating up all these liberal narratives that get put out, or listening to Nick Fuentes tell you how he's smarter than Trump and he knows best when he's a fucking nitwit. Instead, stand with Trump and watch what happens. The more the people stand with Trump, the stronger he becomes and the more he can get done. So I encourage you to stand with Trump if you want to see some changes and get some shit done. Or you can be a fucking liberal for the next 4 years and cry about everything. And think you know best. You don't know nothing. Trump know more than you about running this country, so let him run it. Trump don't come down to your job and tell you how to do your job, so don't tell him to do his. Let him handle it. He got a big mess to clean up. Biden left a big mess. It's like Junie. He's like, you got undercover agents in masks, and they're just stopping anybody brown. They're just yeah, Junie. What you think was going to happen? This shit cracks me up, man. What do you think was going to happen? Huh? What do you think was going to happen when you let 20 million illegal aliens in? What'd you think was going to go down? Somebody got to clean it up. Now, how are we going to deport all these people unless we just don't start going person to person and just checking IDs? And the people, the citizens of this country, realize that's the way it's going to have to be done. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, we got to check for vaccine to go. You know what I mean? We had to do that dumb shit. So, hey, now we can't check ID to make sure you're a citizen. And then if you don't have identification, we're just going to deport your ass. Bye. We're going to look you up and say, who are you? What are you doing? And you might get detained for a minute. Yes, some American citizens have been detained for a minute and their records checked. And then, oh, you are a citizen. All right, you're free to go. What did you think was going to happen when you let 20 million illegal aliens over the border? And that arrogant attitude you had while you were doing it, what did you think was going to happen? Welcome to reality, folks. It ain't pretty, but that's what you get when you act like a fucking idiot. And you've acted like a fucking idiot for 4 years. Morons. For example, normally You might not spank a child. You may not spank your child normally, but there may be one time. That child may do something so insane that you don't know what else to do but do what your dad did and spank the shit out of his kid because this kid's done something so crazy that he could have killed himself, could have killed somebody else, whatever it is. Many scenarios. You can think back when you were a kid and your mom whipped your ass, your dad whooped your ass, and what were you doing? And as an adult, you can understand why they did it because you could have killed somebody. I remember one time I was in the back of a pickup truck. We were going down the highway. This was a long time ago, and we were going down the highway, like the interstate, I think. And there was like gravel and stuff in the back of that truck, and me and another kid was back there, and we were throwing the rocks out of the back of the truck while we were flying down the highway with cars and shit. And I can't remember if another driver said something. I don't know what it was, but it got pulled over on the side of the road, and we got our ass whooped on the side of the road. As cars went by, we got our ass whooped. But looking back, I realized I could have killed somebody. At the time, I was too young to really understand what I was doing, but and yeah, I shouldn't have been in the back of the truck. It was a long time ago when people put their kids in the back of the truck. Sometimes a situation calls for unconventional methods. Like if your child is reaching for the hot stove and you smack the child's hand, that's better than the child sticking their hand on the fucking. When you got people busting women's heads open with bricks and raping them and killing them and shit, you got these illegal aliens killing, drugs, all this crap, taking American jobs. I mean, this is a problem on many levels, many levels. And it's all bad for American citizens, all bad. So daddy's got to get the belt out and whoop your ass, right? So got to get the illegals out. Like you've opened the back door and you've let in tons of fucking animals from the outside have come. Squirrels are in the house. There's raccoons in there. They just fucking doors been wide open. They've ransacked everything, ate all the food, and daddy's coming in and he's getting these damn animals out of there. He's grabbing them out. He's getting the broom, sweeping that fucking out of there. They're crawling under the couch. He's got a fucking. And you're coming down there, you're screaming, "That's my squirrel! That's my squirrel!" You're like the liberal politician screaming or the liberal judge. And so we might have to arrest you. Might have to take you out of the room. Like, God damn, there's squirrels and rats and shit running around here. Get out of here. These are not pets. Liberals are like, those are my pets. Those are my pets. They pick my avocados. It's like, what the fuck? No, they're going home. We're not taking them out back and shooting them, but we're letting them out back. Okay, we're taking them out of the house. We're sitting them on the porch. Let them scurry off. Get out of here. We're not taking them down to the animal shelter where they get euthanized or whatever. You know, they're just being let out. It's time to go home. Your home is there. It's not in here. And we might have to tackle a few of them animals. We might have to tackle them. We might have to grab them and wrestle them down. Yeah, they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave the house. You're getting out of here. And we might have to go in your room and look under your bed and invade your privacy a little bit because we've got to find that illegal. We've got to find that raccoon. You've got a raccoon in the you've gone mad. There's rats in the closet. You're keeping rats in the closet. And daddy's coming in the room and he's saying, "What is going on in this house? What is I know you got a rat in the closet. We open up the closet, it's full of rats. What is happening? The house is overran by animals. Pests. They're pissing and shitting everywhere. It's a mess." Tom Homan said they're about to arrest another dumbass nerd. Lock them up. Lock up these people that are trying to stop what we voted for. We voted to deport them. Now, I'm sorry you lost, but get out of the way. I'm sorry you lost, but I need you to step aside and respect democracy, you clown. Dude, Judy is so fucking hilarious. You know what he said to me? He goes, "You voted to end our democracy." That gotta be some of the dumbest shit I heard in my life. You voted to end democracy. Listen to that. No, you lost at the game of democracy. We're playing democracy and you lost. You got defeated. And you mad about it. Well, I know you mad about it. We know that. You mad as hell. But guess what? We don't care. Judy cracks me up because he keeps on using the same old thing. He's like, "You voted for a guy that sexualized his daughter. You voted for this. You voted for a guy that cheated on his wife. You voted for a guy that uh is a felon, convicted felon." The same old shit. I mean, you voted for a corpse to be the president. And he's one of the worst. He's easily the worst president in my lifetime. Him and George Bush are neck and neck because I mean Bush started a whole ass crazy ass war and everything. So him and Bush neck and neck. I maybe put Bush a little bit ahead of Biden because that war he started. So it's probably worse. I put Bush, but Biden got to be right there, and then Obama right under Biden. Clearly, Donald Trump's the best president of my lifetime, and then I put Bill Clinton under Trump. So it's Trump, Clinton, and the rest of them clowns. Well, you're in bad shape. You got a socialist. I mean, socialists are taking over. Socialists and progressives are taking over the Democrat Party, and that is bad news for the Democrat Party. It's only going to become more woke. And what's funny is these Democrat influencers think that's the way to win. They believe if they become more woke and embrace these progressive ideas more, even Ian Malcolm was in there. Ian Malcolm's retarded. He's like, if they embrace the economic ideas of progressivism, they will win. He's like, these ideas are popular. Oh, brother. Just because something popular don't mean it's going to work. Yes, I know giving everybody free money is popular. I know telling everybody they don't have to work and have a job is popular. I know telling everybody that they can have free TV or free food, free healthcare, Hell, free TVs, free phone, free everything. And they don't have to work or nothing. I know that's popular. If only that was life. If only you could get anything you wanted and you didn't have to work and everything was free and the food was free and everything was free. And the way we pay for it is we take Elon's money. People crack me up because it's like we want to take all the billionaires' money. Well, okay, let's say you did that. Let's say you took all the billionaires' money. You do realize after you do that you're never going to have any billionaires ever again. And you might say, well, that's a good thing. And to you, I say, well, then where are you getting all that money? Where are you getting the rest of the money? Like you got to get more money, right? How are you going to keep taking the billions if there are no billions? Because no one's going to build a business. No one's going to even try. Why try if you're just going to take all my money? Who gives a shit? The reason people build these big businesses and do these amazing things and drive innovation and do things that improve your life. You know, people say no such thing as trickle down economics. I disagree. I disagree. I look around me, all around me, and I see all kinds of shit trickling down on me. Hey, this cell phone I'm using, who made that? Why did he come up with that? What drove him to make that and invent something like that? Well, money, success, making some money. It cost a lot of money too to build that, to create these things that you use every day. Hey, when you order some fucking DoorDash, who built that system? Who put that app together and built that infrastructure, made and set all that up and got all these people on that app and got them to work and bring these food? Who created it? If I know that the government's just going to take all my money, what's the incentive to do anything? Because even if I make money, I can't put it back in my business to grow the business even bigger, and I can't, I'm not going to make a ton of money. There's no incentive to try. You can't just take everybody's money and give it to the government and solve your problems. Grow up, you fucking babies. Just like you think you're entitled to health care, you're not entitled to a doctor performing a surgery on you. You're not entitled to that. Sorry if that sounds harsh, but you're not. You're not entitled to someone else's services. No one owes you anything. No one has to do anything for you, dumb fuck. You realize that? Who's going to pay the doctor? If you don't pay nothing for the services, how does the doctor make a living? It's a simple question. And don't give me a retard fucking faggot answer like the government pays him. I mean, grow the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Everybody else pays him. And I bet you that the reason your health care costs so much is because of the government. I bet you. I bet the more they get their hands in it, the more expensive it gets. Just a hunch. I'm no expert on the matter, but it's just a hunch that I had. When the government is involved and they're buying stuff, people sell it for more because the government will pay whatever they don't care. You can find many examples of this being a thing where companies that sell to the government inflate the price of the thing because the government just gonna pay it anyway. Who cares? Elon was finding some of that shit he was posting about a while back. He was on some podcast talking about like the price of coffee. Like they were buying coffee for the office. And he was like, it's an office where like nobody's even working in there because they're all working from home. So you got this empty office. And he's like, they're spending like 20 grand a month on coffee. And it's like, why are they? No one's, no one's even in the office. Who's drinking the coffee? Why are they buying? And why is it $20,000 a month? Because it's all a scam. You understand? The taxpayer getting ripped off. And that happens with your healthcare too, because the government gets involved and they'll pay those prices. I mean, it should be very simple. You need a treatment or something, you should know what it costs and you should just pay it. I mean, people talk about insurance. Hell, people pay for insurance and then when they need it, they get denied the coverage. So, seems pretty pointless to get. To me, it just seems kind of pointless to get health insurance. It's something that you probably need at some point, but when you need it, it's not even going to be. They're not even going to give it to you anyway, and you're going to spend all this money year after year after year paying into this thing, and I hear stories about it all the time. When you need it the most, they deny your coverage. My girlfriend's grandmother just got denied a bunch of like heart shit from her health the shit she's got. So I don't put much faith in that system and that bullshit. And I think if you really wanted to hurt the healthcare industry, if you really wanted to drive these insurance companies to change the way they operate, you'd stop paying your health insurance and you just say, "Fuck it. If I die, I die." You all buy into this system, you pay into it, you feed into this, and they have no incentive to not do what the fuck they want to do because they're making insane money because everyone's just buying it. Everyone's just saying, fuck it. Everyone deep down knows that when they need it the most, it's not going to be there, but they keep paying for it anyway. And when they need it, it don't do nothing. And then an illegal alien somehow has health care from the government and it pays for everything. It's just a mess. Just die. You know what I mean? Just die. Just fucking die. I mean, if you break your leg or something, they take you to the emergency room, they gonna fix your leg, whether you got something or not. But if you need cancer treatment, you're just gonna die. But here's the thing: if you had health insurance, you'd still die. You understand? You're gonna die either way. But at least you didn't spend 10 years before you died spend paying for fucking health insurance that literally you can't even use when you need it the most. Ain't that wild? Just say fuck it. I think some of you go to the damn doctor too much. You're there all the time. You're fucking. I think the mind is a big thing. Like if the doctor tells you you're sick, you're gonna start feeling sick. Something wrong with you. The brain. And hey, if you want cheaper health insurance and these illegals, that ain't good for that either. The illegal shit is just bad all around for every issue. It really bleeds into everything. The illegals are down clogging up the hospital because you got 20 million people that ain't supposed to be here. Now, if you got rid of those 20 million people and you sent them back to where they live, you think that you ain't gonna notice that? Well, we will notice it. The grocery stores will be empty. No one will work these jobs. And I got news for you. You're wrong on that. We'll be fine. We'll be totally fine. We were fine before the 20 million illegals came. People crack me up because 20 million illegals came over the border, I believe, since Biden, or 10, 20 million something. People have different numbers, but it's between 10 and 20 million while Biden was president, okay? And then they turn around and they tell us, what are we going to do without those people? What the fuck were we doing 4 years ago? Because they weren't here then. We were fine when Trump was president last time, and they weren't here. We don't need all them people. We'll be fine. The fuck are you talking about? Like, huh? We will be just fine. If we deported every single illegal, we would be better off. You would notice it. You would notice many good things that would occur from that. Because there wouldn't be all these fucking people that ain't supposed to be here committing crime, working for cheap wages, driving your wages down. There'd be tons of job openings, good jobs. Those jobs would have to up their wages because they'd have to entice new employees because they ain't got that cheap illegal shit no more. What they were paying those illegals is not enough money to actually be doing those types of jobs. They were getting away with it. You think liberals would be against that? You think the liberals would be dirty corporation exploiting the illegal? This is how you know Democrats have no principles, no beliefs, no morals. The only thing they care about is power. They only care about winning and power. It's the only thing they care about. It's the only thing they'll ever care about is power. That's what a lot of this trans bullshit is. It's indoctrination. If they can indoctrinate your child and turn your child into a fucking weirdo, then your child will always vote Democrat because that's the party of the weirdos. So the more people they turn into fucking degenerate freaks, the better. And they want to indoctrinate children in the school, in that elementary school. They want to get right in there. They want to indoctrinate them on the cartoons. And they push. Why do they push the trans shit? Because that's weird as fuck. And if they can get your kid into that shit, your kid will never vote Republican. Ever. Because transgender, all that woke shit, and Republican, it does not mix. They're not, they're enemies. It is about grooming your kid, but it's not about grooming your kid to fuck them. It's about grooming them into a Democrat so they will vote for the rest of their life. And if they see transgender people as like friends and oh, the poor transgender people, we love the transgender people, and they're programmed that way as a child, then when they get older, it's like, oh, I love the transgenders. I remember that transgender that was on Sesame Street and it was so nice. They were so nice. Why do people hate these people? Do you understand? If they put that in your child's mind, if they say, here is a transgender person, and it's so nice, such a nice person. All these mean Republicans are against it. Oh, I got to be a Democrat. I'm a liberal. They want to show you these positive, these fake characters on a television, so you'll fucking think of that when somebody talks about transgender people. Yeah, that's who you're thinking about. Well, what was wrong with that person? Well, that person should be able to go in a women's bathroom. Oh, mean Republican. Got to be a Democrat now. If your kids are getting psyoped. Your kids are getting fucked by mind lasers. Getting hit from all angles with propaganda. It's not hard to see why they want to put all these transgender characters in all these cartoons. So you'll have sympathy for the transgender characters. So You'll like this transgender character. The transgender pup on Paw Patrol was really nice. What's everybody's problem with the transgenders? Speaking of transgenders, did you see that one that was at Disney World going into all the women's bathrooms at Disney World and doing like a video review or some shit? Or a picture, taking a picture of themselves in the women's bathroom and rating it 9 out of 10. And she got arrested. He got arrested. It's a transgender. He got arrested for being in a women's bathroom at Disney World. As he should. As he should. And then you got someone like Junie that will say, well, why that's a woman who should be able to go in. I mean, you've lost your goddamn mind. I'd love to ask Junie this question, and I will eventually. If your daughter went into the bathroom and that transgender person went in right after, would you go in, keep an eye on things? Would you be a little uncomfortable if you saw that daughter went in there and then the transgender guy went in there? I mean, what the fuck? Like gender dysphoria is a real thing. Like these people, yeah, they think they're women. I understand that. I understand that. That doesn't mean they are women. I mean, what the fuck? I know they think they are. I'm well aware of that. We can see that. That's clear as day. But that don't mean they are women. That don't mean I gotta play around, play pretend. I mean, how far am I gonna take these delusions? Am I gonna start fucking them and pretend they're women and just, oh, there's a dick flopping around, but that's a female dick? Like, how far do we take these delusions? I get they're delusional, but you want me to be delusional, and how far do I have to take these delusions? Very strange. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off. Might pop back on Russ in a bit. Might not.